I believe at this point we're all one. We're all one race. We're the human race. At this point, it's going to take us all coming together under God and helping each other.
Undeniably, Kanye West is a very talented musician, designer, and entrepreneur. If you like listening to content about successful entrepreneurs and you want to learn about things that I discover on my entrepreneurship journey, then subscribe to the channel and definitely smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get into the video.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Kanye is saying very clearly here that he can't be controlled, that there are many celebrities that are controlled by maybe people behind the scenes that we don't know about, and that he's not going to be one of them, that he's going to speak his truth for his audience to understand and to hear.
And to this date, right? Y'all done seen everything be proven. I got kicked out of the banks. Ari Emanuel asked all these businesses to stop doing business with me. Now, yeah, I was in negotiation with Adidas because that was my issue. They were getting lawyers to sign over my IP, different things without me being aware of it, like people signing on my behalf. And this is part of the problems I had with Adidas. So now the world has got to see how Adidas was as a partner. The fact that they would attempt to steal my designs. And that's happened a lot in history, right?
Right.
But now y'all get to see it in real life. Like, and that's the difference.
In our society, you're allowed to play certain games. You're allowed to make money, to be an entrepreneur. But once you start talking and saying controversial things, banks might not hold your money anymore, your business partnerships might be severed and cut off, and you might lose all of your money and your worldly comfort.
The day when I was taken off the Balenciaga site, that was one of the most freeing days, you know? We're about making product that's $20, the best design in the world, and that's the reason why we have brought the head designer from Balenciaga, Demna, who's a great designer. That's why I brought him to the Gap in the first place, but they didn't allow that to happen. And that's why I had to get up out of those big corporations so I could get directly to the people. And I want to talk about the Jewish comment. It's actually proving the exact point that I made. So many actors been bullied behind the scenes. So you even got people like Ari Emanuel asking people to not do business with me. That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same.
In this clip, Kanye basically says that one of his handlers or celebrity handlers said to him that he could either sort of follow the rules or be medicated and institutionalized. That is really terrifying.
If Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? When my kids go to Sierra Canyon, it's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity to these Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. That's who we are. Black people we don't have a flag. Our history's been stolen from us. You go to the African American Museum, it starts in slavery. It doesn't start before then. They don't talk about Mansa Musa. They don't talk about us being here before. I'm angry. I'm angry at how these Jewish business people have done, and so many of my friends.
While Kanye is being canceled for anti-Semitic comments, if you really look at what he's saying, he's not really spreading hate exactly. He's kind of talking more about power structures at large and how they're functioning for or against different communities of people. He's talking about facts that, a certain percentage of companies are orchestrated and run by, a certain group of people or something like that. He's not really spreading hate speech, in my opinion, if you listen to what he's saying.
So even the fact that TMZ is going to say Kanye West, right, and my name is legally Ye now, it's always some form of disrespect, no matter if you're the richest black man or what happens. My contract for Adidas was for 4 more years. My royalty was $500 million a year. That's what I meant when I said the $2 billion was lost in a day. Because of the negotiation with Adidas, I wanted to negotiate something where it's like, okay, you guys, you'll take the Yeezy, but we still get the royalties. And people saw, it's like when we dealt with George Floyd, different things, I'm the one put the money up. You know what I'm saying? I put $2 million. I always support it in every one of these situations. So I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me.
Kanye West uses a key word here. He says that his mother was sacrificed, which is a really visceral and scary idea. And the fact that he's saying this out loud and for everyone to hear is really, it's really controversial and could get him in a lot of trouble.
You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me. You gotta understand, like I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk because I think God uses me for a time like this. He put me in this situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. 2 Chainz said, YSL belt buckle. Well, y'all niggas shoulders looking. Like, y'all are interested for some reason. They never expected someone to have the platform. It's not that anyone's afraid. They're afraid of us not being afraid anymore. And we're not afraid anymore. They can't use all the tactics. I'm talking about my life was threatened to have a political opinion. You understand what I'm saying? To wear the wrong color hat is what they told me, or wrong thing.
You're 100% right, brother.
Or the audacity the audacity of me as a black man to have a White Lives Matter T-shirt. I seen white people wear Black Lives Matter T-shirts.
That's right.
So that's some audacity, right? It seems pretty one-sided if you really think about it.
A lot of people were angered by the t-shirt he was wearing that said White Lives Matter. But if you think about this critically, you can see that a white person can wear a t-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, but a black person can't wear a t-shirt that says White Lives Matter. It's kind of a double standard. He uses ideas in a very controversial but critical way. And so we have to look more deeply into exactly what he is saying with each and every action that he takes.
I know God has a plan for us. We fight not in flesh and blood. This is a spiritual warfare at this point. We gotta get the truth before we can get the love, or else we're just loving the lies. If I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. So we here.
As a celebrity, Kanye has a really, really big, powerful platform and a big voice in society. And so if he talks about controversial topics, will people behind the scenes try to cancel him, not just his platforms, but even potentially his life? He wants you to think differently and really get outside of the beliefs that have been indoctrinated into us. I think it takes a certain courage to tread new ground, like to be the richest black man in American history and to be somebody who is pioneering and getting into fashion and tech and doing things that are unprecedented for a person who looks like him. And I just think that that's really, really difficult, and I don't think that most people understand how much adversity he must face. Maybe some of us do, maybe some people, really see it and get it, and I think there's like so many people that have no idea what he goes through. I think he talks very openly about how much struggle he has to face for reasons that are out of his control, and it just takes more effort, more work, and a greater ability to get to the same place for him as it does for someone else with more privilege. So I think he talks about that in a really honest way, and I hear where he's coming from. I, look to someone who pushes culture and pushes society in a certain way, and I know that being a pioneer takes 10x effort. It takes 100 times the effort that doing something that already has been done before takes. Kanye talks a lot about love and what it means to spread love in society and to be a person who acts out of love. And I really think he means it. Like, I don't think he wishes hate upon really anybody. What do you think here? Do you think that Kanye West has gone mad? Tell me in the comments, and definitely consider subscribing to the channel and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.